Ba-ba-bum. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another weekly sacred pipe ceremony. I am Patrick, your friendly neighborhood shaman, and it's been a weird day. It's been a weird few days, actually. And as I was sitting down to get ready for this video, I realized that I never posted. Usually, I post ahead of time. The like I create the event, and then I share it on my Facebook page, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And today I didn't do any of that. So, um, yeah, so I'm not sure if anyone's going to show up or not. We will just see what happens. And if not, that's okay too. I was going to do it whether anyone's watching or not. So I'm just going to keep kind of rambling here to wait and see who shows up, if anybody. I'm going out of town tomorrow, so my mind has been elsewhere. And so that kind of fell through the cracks. But we're still here and we're gonna do ceremony. So if you don't know what sacred pipe ceremony is, um, actually just getting my pipe out now, is basically the peace pipe, right? It's kind of a Hollywoodism, having the calling it a peace pipe. It's the sacred pipe, or the chanupa. I almost said chalupa. Um, the name of the pipe in Lakota is chanupa, and it is the most important and central medicine object of the Lakota people. In fact, they have seven different ceremonies. Hi, Cindy. Um, and it all revolves around the pipe. The pipe is the center of the Lakota spiritual ceremonies and such. And so we're going to do ceremony tonight. And we're inside. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. I wasn't sure if anyone would, because I forgot to post earlier. I forgot to get everything ready. Oh, you're from Mexico. Very cool. Thanks for joining us. And so for those that are just coming in, I am Patrick, your friendly neighborhood shaman, and we are going to do sacred pipe ceremony. Oklahoma. Oh, Oklahoma, where the winds come down up the plain. You probably get tired of hearing that. Welcome, though. Welcome, everybody. Um, so this is something that I've been doing since the beginning of the pandemic. Um, I am a sacred pipe, I'm a shaman, I'm a sacred pipe carrier. I'm not Lakota, but anybody can become a pipe carrier. It's more of a vocation or a calling than anything else. Um, and what am I missing? And we're inside, so the tricky, funny part is that I can't actually smoke my pipe inside my apartment. Um, I'm in a no smoking apartment complex, so um, And so when it comes time to smoke, I will still take a puff off the pipe because intention is everything, right? We're going to put the tobacco in the pipe like normal, but instead of lighting it and blowing out the smoke, I'll still inhale the tobacco, drawing in the energy from the tobacco, and then I will blow those prayers through bubbles. Um, I had a bigger thing of bubbles. And I don't know where I put it. Anyway, and that way the bubbles will carry our prayers rather than the smoke, right? Normally we draw in the smoke into our mouths and then we blow it out to carry our prayers to Great Spirit. And since we can't do smoke at the moment, I will blow those prayers through the bubbles, and the bubbles will carry them. But anyway, I started doing this during the pandemic. I do it on Wednesdays on purpose because um, things are just weird now, right? It's like um, everything is unprecedented, and um, we're dealing with a lot of stuff. A lot of things are coming up collectively and individually that never has before, and we're facing um, different things in government and policies, et cetera, et cetera. And it's all very overwhelming, and it's easy to get pulled into the fear of what's going to happen, et cetera, et cetera. And so, as a way to help support my community through such unprecedented, scary times, I started doing these ceremonies online every Wednesday evening, middle of the week, to give people a break to be able to sit in sacred space and connect to spirit, to let the world go, sit in sacred space, connect to spirit as kind of a recharge. And then the connection and the joy you feel from sitting in this ceremony is there in your heart to carry you through the rest of the week. So that is why I started doing this. That's why I do it on Wednesdays. I'm still looking around to see if I see my other bubbles. The other one is, see, this one I'm having trouble getting the blower thing out. That'll work. Okay. So, um, so the sacred pipe was brought to the Lakota people 19 generations ago. It was brought by White Buffalo Calf Woman. Hold on one second. Where is my? I knew I had my fan in here somewhere. I could have sworn. Oh, well, we will we'll borrow the fan from my altar, my regular altar. Um, so White Buffalo Calf Woman brought the pipe to the Lakota people 19 generations ago. Um, at what at Bear Lodge, or what um, has come to be known as Devil's Tower. The original name is Bear Lodge, and part of that is because like if you've ever seen it, it's like um, it looks like a tree trunk, right? And it's got the grapes all the way down. And according to the story, that it was a giant bear that clawed it, because there's different versions, but the one that I know of was that there were seven sisters that were running away from this giant bear, and they stopped where Devil's Tower is today and started praying to Great Spirit to save them. And Great Spirit took and just raised the earth where they were up out of reach of the bear. And the bear still was clawing at Devil's Tower to get them. And eventually they lifted all the way up into the sky and became the Pleiades. Hello, Xavier. And so that's where White Buffalo Cackleman brought the original sacred pipe to the Lakota people. And she brought it at a time of there was hunger, there was drought, game was scarce, and the bigger tribe came together in one place to help support each other, but at the same time, it created a bunch of infighting and divisiveness. Does that sound familiar to today's date? Right? That's why smoking the pipe, doing pipe ceremony in present day is still so pertinent because it's about uniting. It's about unification, about bringing things together, right? Even when she explained it to the Dakota people, the stem of the pipe is the divine masculine. The bowl of the pipe is the divine feminine, right? So when we put it together, it's all a creation. It's like the yin yang. It brings the masculine and feminine together, whether we're speaking of each individual, the masculine feminine within each individual, if we're talking about men and women, or, it's bringing balance, it's bringing connection, it's bringing unification, even as we unite the two parts of the pipe. And when we do put the pipe together, it's like one giant prayer until we take it apart. Um, it basically opens a channel straight to Creator. So everything you think or pray or the intentions you set while the pipe is connected go straight to Creator. No waiting, no signing in triplicate, nothing. It's like exponentially boom, right to source. So that's a little bit about the pipe. Um, as I said earlier, I'm really tired today. Today has been a weird day. Um, I haven't been sleeping much lately, so I'm a little bit tired, a little bit groggy, a little bit kind of between the worlds. Um, so bear with me. Thank you for your patience. Um, and so the first thing I'm going to do before anything else, we're going to set sacred space. We're going to call in the element and the spirits to come and hold space around us. We're going to call them in to be kind of our guardian. And their purpose is to keep us safe, but the main purpose is not to, fight the evil, bad spirits that want to come and eat our souls. It's more about creating an energetic container, like cooking a meal, and you put the ingredients into a pot and you put the pot on the stove and you put the top, you create this artificial environment, right, where these alchemical changes and transformations can take place that don't take place on the counter. And so we're creating this sacred space, this energetic container that allows us to connect to spirit and to align and create change in ourselves that we then can take with us into the ordinary reality, mundane world, and affect the world with just being present by bringing joy, being the divine presence in everyday life. So there's a million and one ways to set sacred space. This just happens to be the way I do it. And so let's go. Spirits of the earth. spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, passionate spirits of the middle world, the Fae, the spirits of the land, the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for holding us in your love and your light. Oh. If you've been watching my videos for a long time, you're used to that. Like every time I set sacred space, there's always this huge sigh as I feel like tension and everything else just dropping away. So, and what that does too is because we're protected, because we are safe in this space, um, we can take off our own armor, we can drop the world from our shoulders. And instead of keeping ourselves up in this small little protective ball, we can actually open and we can open our hearts to receive spirit, to receive the blessings that are coming from spirit, right? You can't there's a Zen saying about how you can't grasp water. If you try to grasp water, it's just going to leak out between your fingers. Um, so the only way to hold water is in open hands, right? And the same is true of open heart and catching spirit. The only way to hold spirit is with an open heart. And so we create that sacred space so that we can safely open our hearts to receive more spirit in than we might normally in our day to day routines and stuff. So, all right. So, um, just to give you kind of a play by play of what this is going to look like, so you can follow along because part of it's silent, part of it's out loud. But the first thing I will do is I'll lift my pipe and I will say a prayer asking permission to put my pipe together, to smoke my pipe at this place in this time. And assuming that the answer is yes, that's when I'll put the pipe together. Oh, before I do that, actually, even see, I told you I'm kind of out of it today. I'm going to light some sage and smudge myself. I'll send some smudge your way through the ethers. Who is it? One second.
Hey, how you doing, sir? I'm having trouble getting into my car. It's like, oh, park the road. Little too close.
I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
you're good.
Okay.
I didn't want to chance it by trying to get in and then hitting your car. So,
Get going.
yeah, we're about to leave to the gym here in a couple of minutes. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
No problem. Didn't I say it was a really weird day? apparently, apparently I parked too close to my downstairs neighbor's car, and he needs to leave now. So I need to go move my car. But instead of having you sit up here and just looking at my blank apartment, let's go for a ride. Oh, we're going for a ride. Gonna sit behind the wheel. Oh, wow, I really did. Okay. Hold, please. Sorry about the intermission. This is a whole new and we're good. All right. Again, thank you for your patience. And thank you for bearing with me. If that's not a signal of what a weird day it has been, I don't know what is. So it's all good.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. All right. Ta-da! We're inside. I've got my virtual fireplace going as we smoke the pipe. Ugh. So this is not a professional production, if you hadn't noticed. If you've seen any other my videos, you know that this is kind of a take me as you find me. No special production things or anything. And every video is kind of just a slice, a window into my life. So, all right, now that we're back, we are still in sacred space, but let's take a deep breath together to ground, to come back, to arrive back in this moment. Take another deep breath in and hold it for a moment. Let it go. Feel yourself. You can like tap on your shoulders. You could do tapping. You can feel the ground, the floor around you, to ground yourself in this moment. Um, all right. As I was saying, so going through the ceremony, once I put my pipe together, then I will take 4 pinches of tobacco and put them into the bowl. And that part I do out loud. So you'll hear the prayers and blessings I say as I'm filling my pipe. And then once my pipe is filled, I have a song that I sing. White Buffalo Capwoman, who I mentioned earlier, is one of my main guides. Not surprisingly, that I became a pipe carrier. But oh, there's my other fan. So um, she taught me a song to sing once my pipe is filled. And so once my pipe is filled, I will sing that song, and then that's where I normally would light my pipe. But since we can't do fire and smoke at the moment in my apartment, we've got our bubbles, and I'll take a big puff off of my pipe like I would normally would, you know, and then but instead of blowing out smoke, I will blow it through the bubbles, and the bubbles will carry our prayers to Great Spirit rather than the smoke. And then like tomorrow sometime, I what happens in these cases, I keep the I keep the pipe filled, the tobacco stays in the pipe, and I usually take a little bit of sage, kind of like a little bowl, and plug the smoke hole of my bowl so that the energy and the medicine of the tobacco stays in place. And then tomorrow I'll actually go outside and smoke my pipe. So if you're watching this, your prayers and things are going to be basically a double your pleasure, double your fun, because it's a twofer, because those prayers will go out tonight with the bubbles, and then again tomorrow with the smoke when I actually smoke my pipe. So get more bang for your buck. Um, anyway, so um, once I'm at the point where I normally would light my pipe, that next part is in silence. So what you will see actually, I will take a puff of my pipe and then I will aim it at a direction and blow bubbles, blow those intentions and prayers out through the bubbles to that direction. And they'll come back and take another puff and then aim it, point it to another direction, going through all four directions, up toward the sky, toward Father Sky, down toward Mother Earth in a circle for all our relations, and then straight up to Creator, after which I will hold the stem to my forehead and the bowl to my heart for a silent prayer. Then when I come back, um, I will take a great big puff off of the pipe and I will blow the bubbles at my phone, at my camera, and that is a blessing coming from my heart, from the tobacco, to you through the magic of the internet and the holographic universe coming out of whatever device you're watching this on. And that is the place where you want to um, say your biggest, bestest prayers or set your biggest, bestest intentions. And I will continue to puff on my pipe and blow the bubble prayers for intentions of my own and intentions. I have a booklet in my tobacco pouch where I keep a list of prayers and intentions that people ask me to pray for. So if you ever have anything big that you want to turbocharge your prayers, or you just want some prayer support for something you're going through, let me know. Email me or contact me through my website. I will put you on that list, and that booklet stays in my pouch. So it is always on my altar whenever I do ceremony, which is almost every day, not every single day sometimes, but so every time I do ceremony, your prayers are right there on the altar and they get um, reinforced by the prayers and everything that I do in that in every ceremony. Um, so I will continue to smoke my pipe for my own intentions, for intentions of others, and then when it feels complete, I will raise my pipe again. I will say another prayer, and that prayer usually comes out as light language. If you've heard of light language, if you've experienced light language, I don't know the origin of it. I don't know what language it is I'm speaking. It's similar to speaking in tongues, and I start talking and these words that they're nonsensical. They're not going to make sense to you, but they're just sounds and syllables. But it's light language. There is purpose behind them. There is intention behind them. And I basically just channel this language. And what, at least for my benefit, it helps me to remain in my right brain rather than in the left logistical brain trying to figure out, okay, what do I need to say now? What other thing should I pray for? Right? It keeps me open. Like I was talking about opening your heart, it keeps my mind open as well for these words to come through, for that energy to come through. And that's the important part. So don't try to make sense of it with your mind. Um, Receive it into your heart. That's where it's meant to land. Um, and that then there's another song I sing at the very end, and then I will take my pipe apart, and that will be the end of our ceremony. And depending on my energy, like I said, I'm really tired today, and the time remaining, um, I have a tendency to ramble if you hadn't noticed already. Um, and usually things come out of my mouth that are useful, and I hope you will stick around for that. Um, Sometimes it's like I was just talking to someone this morning about when I'm doing readings or channeling or whatever, it's like things come out of my mouth and I'm just like, holy crap, wow. like things that had never occurred to me before, things that, I learned just as much from doing readings and working with people as the clients themselves. So um, we'll see what comes out. We'll see. And I never plan it. I never write anything out ahead of time. It's totally in the moment, whatever needs and wants to be said. So um, yeah, and then I will close our sacred space and we will call it a night. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for taking an hour or so out of your busy days to let go of the outside world, to turn inward, to find the connection with what is actually real, what is actually true. Um, I really did that. And just a couple of plugs before we get started, because I always leave them till the end, and not everybody lasts till the end. So if you haven't already, if you could please um, subscribe to my channel, check out the different videos. I've got like 7 or 8 years worth of these videos. So if you ever feel like you need to ground or to sit in sacred space for a while, you can pull up any of those randomly, and I promise it will be exactly the energy you need in that moment. I have also tons of videos of readings and stuff like that. And if you have any questions or you would like to work with me one on one, you can always check out my website, perchingwolfstudios.net. You can learn more about me. You can see the different services I offer, readings and healings and teachings. Oh my. Um, I do shamanic healing. I just mentioned the readings. I do medicine card readings. And I teach. And I'm going to have some classes coming up soon. But I also do one on one mentoring if you are looking for a spiritual teacher. If you're having an awakening experience, or even if you've been on the path for a long time and you're just not sure what the next step is or whatever, I would love to help. I would be honored to help out with that. So, um, and oh, I didn't get things ready. That was one of the things tonight. I forgot to actually pre type in all the information of this video. So, but if you come back to watch it on replay, my Venmo and PayPal information will be on there. Um, if you wish to support your friendly neighborhood shaman, so that I can keep a roof over her head and food in her belly, that would be amazing. And I have so much gratitude for all of you who do support me in that way. So, okay, enough of that. Let's do ceremony. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May the beauty of the fire lift your spirits higher. May the beauty of the earth fill your heart with mirth. May the beauty of the rain wash away your pain. May the beauty of the sky make your mind to fly. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. May you walk in beauty in a sacred way. May you walk in beauty each and every day. Oh, grandmother, grandfather, eagle, we ask permission to smoke in this place at this time. All our guardians and guides watch over us as we smoke. Creator, Earth Mother, Tawabin, Shanadisi, Majakiwas, and Wabus. There is always room for you in my pipe. Creator, Earth Mother, for the two-legged, the four-legged, the winged, the crawlers and the swimmers, all our relations come smoke with us. Grandmother Moon, Grandmother Ocean, to the energy of birth, growth, maturity, the spirit realm, and our ancestors, may all the passages of our lives be in harmony and grace. Creator, Earth Mother, to eagle, coyote, bear, white buffalo Catwoman, bringer of the pipe and the law of good relations to the people. Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane. Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane. Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane, Bayama, Okane. bubbles aren't working very well today. Right. Grandfather Eagle, we send another voice. Anapapai na mahohotatai, nanahakatapaha, hohopaga na mahara pate. Tahulagata, hamaha, hakatain, moho, napaha. Tapaha na mawaho kahi, tatana, sheha pokoho, tamahala patai, takaha, kamoho, patapahai, nanahakatapaho. Amalakai na mawo kababaka tatana mahai. Hakatai se tu hu pata marabakai. Rakapam bapapapalohu. Tapakai tamaha hekapo. Tanamaha katatai. Namahakapo halakatamai. Hakapapa hakatapamao. Tapaha tapahao. Tapahai. Tapahai. Um, Ihi la ihi o, ihi la ihi o, ihi la ihi o, ihi, ihi, ihi la ihi o, ihi la ihi o, ihi la ihi o, ihi. Oof, oofta. Mm, yeah, you don't need fire and smoke to make that a powerful, powerful ceremony. Um, Something occurred to me as I was starting the ceremony. This was probably not the smoothest ceremony I've ever done. There were a lot of little hiccups, and especially when I had to go down and move my car for my neighbor. But you know, when once the ceremony itself started, I had all this intention of blowing these bubbles, these beautiful bubbles, and it hardly worked at all. I finally was just put down the blowy thing and just did it without the bubbles. But I was sitting here realizing that if you've watched my videos before, like when I'm at the river doing the ceremony, I sit facing the river, and where I'm technically sitting is in the east. You know, the place of eagle, and what's really cool is that a lot of time there's a tree like straight across the river from where I sit that eagle comes and sits in sometimes while I'm doing ceremony. But when I do ceremony at home, I'm facing, I'm in the south, and so that is the place of Coyote, the trickster. And it hadn't occurred to me before, but that's maybe why when I do these at home, they never quite they're always a little bit wonky. Um, and that's part of the point is that everything is sacred, and it's the intention behind it that matters more than what you actually do. And so um, the main thing is showing up. The main thing is being present. Um, yeah, and I think I don't have anything else to say tonight. My brain is definitely not all here, partially because of the ceremony and partially because of lack of sleep. But I want to thank you again for showing up, for coming and sitting with me in sacred space, um, taking an hour out of your day to focus inwardly, right? Introspection rather than outer spection. And um, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. That would help me out immensely. And if you enjoy my work and would like to work with me one on one for readings or healings or teachings, check out my website, perchingwolfstudios.net. You can sign up for a session with me right from my website. Um, and and if you would like a sample of my readings, if you're not aware, Monday nights I also do. It's Mondays and Wednesdays that I do my 2 videos of the week. Monday night, I do one card readings for people. For the first 5 who come in and say yes. And if you're not part of that first 5, you can just choose a number between 1 and 5. And I promise that your message will be piggybacked on whatever I say for that other person. But and then I take all 5 of those cards and I do a full medicine wheel spread, which is the one that you would get when you come to me um, one-on-one for a reading. And so you can get a sample without having to pay anything, right? You can get a sample of my reading style. You can get a sample of the messages that come through me. And if you're so inspired, you can get on my website and set up a session with me. Um, and by the time, hopefully, by the time this posts on my YouTube channel, I will have a chance to have gone through and filled out the description and everything under the video. I forgot to and didn't have time beforehand, but my Venmo and PayPal links will be in that description. So this is my day job. This is how I make my money. And so every little bit that comes in is helpful and every little bit is met with such gratitude. I can't even tell you. So if you would wish to support your friendly neighborhood shaman in a different way, if you got something out of tonight, you wish to reciprocate energetically, um, that is a great way to do that. And I am so deeply appreciative. And it just, every time someone sends me a little bit, it's just like, oh my God. So thank you for that. Thank you for joining me. Um, yeah, so let's release our sacred space. Spirits of the earth, spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, spirits, compassionate spirits of the middle world, the Fae, the spirits of the land, the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for holding us in your love and your light. Our work for now is done, but you are always welcome in our circles. Thank you for welcoming us into yours. Oh, all right, my friends. Thank you for joining me. Please share my video. It was kind of a wackadoodle night, wackadoodle um, ceremony. And um, I give Coyote the credit for that. But thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you next week. And until I see you again, know that I love you, that I see you, and that I honor you. Have a wonderful week, everyone, and go shining. All right. Bye now.